Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And today we have 3 great stories. So I'm hoping for your likes, and let's get started. And our first story. No, I don't work in this restaurant, and I am not Chinese. Hi, it's my first time being here, and this happened 3 years ago, as I remember it due to a recent talk with a close friend. During that time, I was looking for a job while studying in college, which I dropped out from and moved to City College. And during the summer, I got a job as a front desk from my aunt, okay boss, but worst family member. One day I went out on break to eat, and I wanted to try something new, so I went to a Chinese restaurant that seems recently new and said, what's the harm in trying someplace new? Little did I know, it wouldn't be that way. As I entered, the restaurant was empty, because it just opened now conveniently. As I sit down, an old man came up to me and spoke in a different language, which I realized he must have thought I was Chinese. I said, "Oh no, sorry, I'm not Chinese, I'm Vietnamese." The change of tone from him went from tired to G to then, as translated, spoke in clear Vietnamese. "You are? I am too. Chinese is second language." I was surprised, and we talked a bit before I told my order, and he progressed to the kitchen, which turns out was made up of 2/3 Vietnamese as well. Small world, right? As I sat down, I was waiting until I get a tap on my shoulder and stare at a lady and her 2 friends who seemed to want to sit down somewhere. Here's the cast. ML is mean lady, F1 is friend 1, F2 is friend 2, me is me, and OM is old man. ML, excuse me, can we find a place to sit? Note that there wasn't that much people there yet, and the place was almost empty except me and a 4-seat table. Me, you can find a seat anywhere, I think. It's not busy yet. ML, okay. ML and her friend sat down as I was waiting for food to arrive. It's been 4 minutes, but my mind was all about food that day. Then a few seconds later, I got a tap on my shoulder again, and ML was there again. "Excuse me, aren't you supposed to take our order now?" Me, looking at her confused. "I'm sorry." ML, "Aren't you the waiter or server here? You should consider getting off your phone and pay attention to your customer." Me, realizing what she means. "Oh no, I don't work here. I'm sitting down to wait for my food." ML, "Yeah, consider your break over. You can get your food once you get our orders." Me, "No, I'm on break, but I work at the salon 2 blocks from here." ML, "No, you worked here. I saw you talking to your boss there." Turns out she saw me and OM talking to each other and thought we were working with each other. Me, "No, you see, we were talking about..." ML, "You think just because we can't understand you doesn't mean we don't have feelings? You Chinese are all the same." Now at this point I would be calm and correct her, but over time I was called Chinese and profiled too much and made fun of with the ching chang chong phrase so often it was sad. Now hearing that and knowing that OM wasn't actually Chinese, I stood from my chair and said, "Listen, first off, I'm a paying customer as well. Paying. Second, do you honestly see workers on their phones sitting down? Often not. Third, it's none of your business if you can't understand me or OM, just because we met and talk a bit with the same language. And lastly, I am not effing Chinese for F's sake, you racist AB. Learn to F and ask." At that point, ML was silent, and her friends came up and inserted themselves between us. At that point, OM was coming out with my food and saw and heard what was happening, placed the trays down and ran towards us. OM, in broken English, "What's happening?" ML, crying, "Your server yelled at me for no reason. Fire this man." OM looks at me and spoke in Vietnamese. "Is that true? I know you don't work here, but is the yelling true?" Me, in Vietnamese, "Yes, I did yell because she thought I work here and called me Chinese. I'm sensitive to being called that most of the time. I'm sorry if I made a commotion." OM, in Vietnamese, "It's okay. I can understand that." ML, getting irritated, stopped her crying and said, "Oh my God, stop conspiring against me, you Chinese communists." Excuse me? Did you just call us communists? Me, "Geez, woman, for the last time, I'm not Chinese and that's just rude." OM, in Vietnamese, "My God, she has a twisted tongue, she does." As soon as that happened, the friends gathered their stuff and one of them pulled her back and said, "This is literally the 3rd time you've pulled a stunt like this. Next time, we're not inviting you again." Friend 1 then pulled her out as she was still shouting profanities at us. Friend 2, in Vietnamese, surprisingly, "Sorry about my friend. She's hard to deal with when it comes to Asians in general. She thinks all of them are Chinese or Japanese." We talked for a bit, and the OM asked if they would want to come back. They're free to, just not with her. After F2 left, OM asked if I wanted my food, and for a discount, I said the discount wasn't necessary, but he said he insisted, saying it was the employee discount, and winked at me. We both laughed, and the meal was so good I came back there again when I was free and often talked to OM a lot and most of the workers at back and enjoy the food since. Lady wants me to move a random person's stuff off the beach. I work as a swim instructor on a very busy beach, and our office is based in a little surf shack on the edge of the beach. The beach is really popular, and if you don't get there before about 10 in the morning, most days you can forget about getting a decent spot for your stuff. So it was a little before 3 in the afternoon when a random woman came up to the surf shack, and it looked like she was yelling, but I was a little down the beach as I was wrapping up a class, so I couldn't hear her. I saw her and hurried over after all the students from the 2 o'clock class were safe on the beach. I instructed the class to start bringing their boards up to the shack so I could put them away. Me. Hi, my name's OP. I'm one of the instructors here. How can I help you? Lady. Finally, I've been waiting forever. I literally saw her arrive less than 20 seconds ago. Me. Customer service mode activated. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I was wrapping up a class and I'm the only one on duty right now. Lady. I don't need the details. Are you helping me or not? Me. Do you want to sign up for surfing lessons? No. Do you want to rent some equipment? No. So what can I do for you? Help me deal with this crap. She gestures towards a few towels with a windbreaker, buckets and spades, a couple of bottles of drink, a board bag, everything you'd need for a family day at the beach. I'd seen the family it belonged to earlier, briefly, parents in their mid-30s and a couple of kids who didn't look older than 10. Me. You want me to? Lady. Help me move it. Me. Where? In there. She pointed to the surf shack where the students are currently dumping their boards. Me. I think there's been a misunderstanding here. This is a school, not a storage unit. Lady. Stop asking questions and just help me move it. She turned towards the stuff and I realized she is 1, early 20s and not the mother nor the daughter of this family, and 2, carrying her own beach stuff. Me. Do you know this family? Lady. Why would I? Me. Because you want to move their stuff. Either you know them or you're moving a stranger's stuff off the beach. Lady. Can you just shut up and do your job? You're getting paid to help people, not ask questions. Me. I'm getting paid to teach surfing, not move people's stuff. Lady. Well, what am I meant to do? All the good spots are taken. Me. Look for another spot. She stomps off after this, and I thought it was over, so I go inside to help the students with their boards, but then maybe 5 minutes later I head back towards the door and there's a pile of beach stuff right outside the door. I look over and sure enough, the lady from earlier is lying on a beach towel in the exact same spot she indicated, with the family's possessions bundled up and left for me to look after. I didn't really see what else I could do after that. I had to stay in the surf shack and keep an eye on the current class while waiting for the other one to arrive, as I was the only person on duty. Plus, now it was on the premises, I figured it probably came under the surf shack's rule of taking responsibility for lost or stolen items. I didn't want anything to get nicked. I yelled at the lady, but she was almost definitely pretending she couldn't hear me. The family came back a while later, 10 or so minutes, asking why some random woman was in their spot and saying I had their stuff. I gave it to them and explained. They looked more confused than angry, but I saw the dad go over to the lady and they exchanged what looked like some less than friendly dialogue while the mom thanked me for at least making sure their stuff didn't get stolen, and she and the kids set up further down the beach. Sure, let me go back to my old job. So a bit of a backstory. I was a manager at Pet Stupid for about a year and worked at the same store for 11 years. It was an interesting experience. Needless to say, due to all of this, I'm well known in my city, and many of my customers came to me directly for everything and anything. Due to the upper management, I left, put in my 2 weeks, and walked out. Now I work at Not USPS, which is a fantastic place so far. I get better pay at the bottom rung than I did as a manager at Pet Stupid. I also still get to see a lot of my old customers. I still get my chance to help and have a much better job all at the same time. One of my usuals at Pet Stupid came into Not USPS the other day. She really is a nice lady, so I'll call her NL for short. And of course there is me, which is me. NL. OMG, Lore's death. I haven't seen you at Pet Stupid in a while. Me. Yeah, I don't work there anymore. Oh. She then proceeds to tell me about her pups, and I ask questions as I do miss the little buggers. Then came the part where I have to laugh at now. NL, everything's gone downhill there. I took my babies up onto the grooming salon and a new person shaved them down. All their fur is gone and now they're afraid to go back. They used to love it there. Ow, your poor babies. Are they okay now? NL, long tangent on the hospital and bills and another manager telling her that she needed to bring the vet bills to my old location. Me. That's about right. You need to go do that if the groomer hurt your pups. To be fair, most of the time dogs are too matted to do anything other than shave down, but what do I know? I haven't been there in over a year now. NL stared at me. Can you do it for me? Me. Do what? NL, the paperwork. If I bring you the paperwork, can you fix it? Me. Sorry, I don't work there anymore. I can't do anything. NL paused for a moment, looked around, and realized we aren't at Pet Stupid. Oh. Me. It's all right. Go there in the morning and see if they can help you. I honestly don't know who's there anymore. After I left, they lost 4 people. A manager stepped down and transferred, and as far as I'm aware, the turnover rate is insane. NL. Okay. Then she left. She's a really nice lady, and I think she just got caught up in the moment. I hope she comes back in again. I do miss her puppers. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.